everyone, and welcome to the Everything That Matters in the Kitchen cooking show. Do you want to learn how to put delicious, decadent, healthy, home-cooked meals that are simple to make on your family dinner table? Well, start your engines, because you're going to go from 0 to 10 minutes flat with a fun and fabulous family recipe. And now introducing Syndicated National Radio talk show host and queen of everything that matters in the kitchen, Diane Linderman.
Thank you very much. That would be me. I am Diane Linderman, and I am a syndicated national radio talk show host. For about 7 years now, I've been spreading my big voice all over the air. I don't know if you can hear me in this area, but other places in the country. You can hear me, though, on kmed.com, or go to my website, and it live streams every Sunday. And I talk about everything that matters in life, business, parenting, cooking, kitchen table politics, you name it, I talk about, as long as it matters. Because I figured somebody has to talk about things that matter instead of just talking about nothing. And one of the things that matters most to me is healthy cooking. I have battled weight my whole life. I've just lost 35 pounds, and I've been doing it slowly because it's just changing the way I eat. And I had a restaurant for 25 years. 10 years of those, we actually had a restaurant on a farm, an organic farm, where I learned all about fresh vegetables and herbs and things like that. And then we had a beautiful restaurant on that farm where people would come and get married, and we had the most incredible food you've ever had. People would come from everywhere. We were written up in the Sunset magazine, and people were actually moving to the area for the restaurant. It was the weirdest thing ever. I actually had people tell me that. I'm like, wow, I don't think I'd move anywhere for a restaurant. But it's a beautiful area, Southern Oregon. It's called the Country Cottage Cafe and Bakery. I do have a cookbook that came out about 4 weeks ago. I've completely sold out of them, so after we're done here, I do have a recipe of the month club you can be on if you want to give me your email, and if you're interested, you can order the cookbook and I won't charge you shipping. But every recipe I've done here, I've not done the same recipe twice since I've been at the fair. I do 3 shows a day, so you can imagine I've tried to go through my entire cookbook and pretty much make everything in front of everybody. And yesterday I did all Oriental foods, and today I'm doing all Mexican foods, because I believe that Oriental food is really healthy for you, and so is Mexican food. And if it's done right, you can really, really enjoy some of the fresh, look at the beautiful vegetables that you can actually enjoy in this meal. It's just unbelievable. So I'm going to show you how to make quesadillas Diane style. And nothing I make takes me more than 10 minutes. Everything I do, and I just made this incredible chicken last show, baked chicken, takes 4 minutes to prepare. Literally throw into a pan, and then of course a few little spices, balsamic vinegar and things like that. And before you know it, you put it in the oven, it comes out, and it looks like, you know, you've like some kind of gourmet chef, you know. And that's the way everything I do is. I want people to come back to the dinner table. That's the premise of my show, bringing the family back to the dinner table. And I believe that kids aren't learning how to cook anymore because everybody eats out so much. When I was a kid, going out to dinner or breakfast or lunch once a month was a huge ordeal, but nowadays we pretty much eat out every single meal. You know, in our country is a fast food it's just a fast food everywhere. I mean, it's just good food, and it's inexpensive, but it doesn't mean it's healthy for you. So I'm going to show you how to make this really simple and healthy. The first thing I'm going to show you how to make is a really quick chili salsa. Your own salsa that you can make within minutes. And I know that a lot of people have gardens in Oregon, which is interesting. You go other places in the country, people don't have gardens. It's just bizarre. Because we live in Southern Oregon and we have a garden, and it's watered while we're gone because we have an automatic watering system. So we go home, and I'm going to have like this amazing amount of stuff I'm going to have to deal with when I get home. But I was just down in the Ventura County area where I actually grew up, and I forgot that people don't have gardens there. But they say, well, they don't need gardens because they've got farmers markets on every corner, but it's still not organically grown. It's not something that you know what's on it. So anyway, I'm going to start by putting some wonderful Roma tomatoes. I like Romas, but you can pretty much use any kind of tomato. And I've got these chilies. These are the mild chilies. What's the name of these chilies, Catherine? Anaheim green chilies. And what Catherine did was she boiled them ahead of time, and then they chopped them up, took all the seeds out. And these are really tasty. These have a really good flavor. So I'm going to use about half of those in there. I always use green onion. Okay. And I put a little red onion in there. And then, of course, cilantro. Cilantro is a neat vegetable. If you buy it organic, my friend who's a naturopathic doctor told me that if you buy it when it is organic, that it takes the metals out of your blood, and if you buy it non-organic, it puts metals in. So think about that when you're buying stuff. I'm going to put lime in. That's pretty much all I put in here as far as the juice. I put probably about 2 halves to 3 halves of the lime. And I use my very expensive lime squeezer here. That's what you go and buy all these things. This thing still works the best of everything I've ever found. See, can't escape me, all that juice. Okay, so I've got a really bad blender here, so I'm hoping that it's going to make it through the end of the show. I'm trying to figure out what I want. I love those Vita mixers. They're only $400 though. I buy the $29 ones and wish I had bought a $400 one every single time. But we're going to see if this one will make it through this show. Okay, and I use a little bit of garlic salt. I love garlic salt. You're actually using less salt, more flavor. And you have to get a really good brand of garlic salt. So I usually use about probably teaspoon to 2 teaspoons, depending on how much. All this amounts really is sort of up to you. How many tomatoes do you have? And I'm not going to puree this. I'm going to sort of get it moving down here, and then I'm going to stir it up because I don't want it completely pureed. I want mine chunky, sort of like a pico de gallo. Okay, you can even chop those up. You don't need to put them in whole like I do. I like to test my blender to its max. It's me against the blender. There you go. Let me get stir stick here. Yes, that's a good one. All right, I'm going to stir this up a little bit. See, I only put like I put 1 entire lime in this, and all that yumminess right now is coming from in fact, this is just about done. I don't want to chop it up anymore. Now, if you wanted a really blended one, of course, you could go further. We're going to make this because we're going to put this on our delicious quesadillas. Okay, to taste it. That is really good. It's really sweet. Those tomatoes must be really sweet. You can put a tiny bit more. You can actually put a little bit of sweetener in this, not much, because everybody does. So I do too. And there's a reason for it too. Okay, I think I licked off that one already. We better not put that one back in. I know this is ready. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in here, and we're going to start making our quesadillas.